Please rise, ladies and gentlemen. The 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now convened for its 102nd regular session. The Honorable Vice Governor Adeline M. Angeles presiding.
The 102nd regular session of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now called to order. Requesting Honorable Boy de Peralta to kindly lead the invocation to be followed by the national anthem.
We praise and adore you. You are kings of kings. We humbly ask for your forgiveness for our sins. Have mercy on us, O Lord. As we begin this session, we come before you with gratitude in our hearts for the gift of life and the opportunity to embrace a fresh start. We are gathered here today for our session. Send us your Holy Spirit to be our guide and give us wisdom to understand every topic that we are going to discuss, enlighten our minds, and let your love be upon us. May this session bring success and growth to our province. We thank you, Father, for this precious time that you have given us. All this we pray to our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you, with the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen. In the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y bumay. Lupang hinirang, buyan ka ng magiliw, sa manlulupi, kita masisingil, sa lagal at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo bahaw, ay ilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang nilaman, ang isang ng watawat mo'y nabuhay na nagtitigil, ang bituin at parang niya kailan pa ay magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng aming pagsita, buhay namin sa likod, aming ligaya naman may mamagin, alamatay ng tayo sa'yo.
Requesting our secretary to kindly call the roll.
Honorable Mark Julius P. Caballes, Honorable Aurelio J. Leva III, Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, Honorable Bernardine Opis Mercado,
Present.
Honorable Melgabal R. Encabo, Honorable Mercedes Arrijano, Honorable Danilo Arred,
Present.
Honorable Ismael D. Pilim, Honorable Jose Neril L. Manggol, Honorable Carlos F. de Peralta, Honorable Bertinos A. Valencia. Madam Presiding Officer, with 10 members of the board present and one online, we have the necessary quorum for this afternoon session.
The chair then declares the presence of quorum. Recognizing the floor leader, Honorable Aurelio Leva III.
May I raise a privilege motion? Okay. Madam Presiding Officer, for the reading and adoption of the minutes of the previous session, dated October 4, 2024, may I move for the suspension of the reading of for the deferment of the reading of the minutes of the previous session and consider the same as having been read without prejudice to the submission of corrections by the members of the board. I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded from the chair of the committee on rules, and we can now proceed to the correction from the floor.
Inviting members of the board to have some corrections for the minutes of the previous session.
Any correction? Hearing none.
Hearing none, I move that we approve and adopt the minutes of the 101st regular session of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan dated October 4, 2024. I so move.
Any second? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The minutes of the session on October 4, 2024 is now adopted.
For the matters arising from the minutes, inviting members of the board who have some matters arising from the previously adopted minutes.
Any matters arising? Yes, Honorable Leva.
We now proceed to the approval and amendment of agenda for today's agenda. We don't have any privileged speech nor question hour. For the messages and correspondence from the governor, we have one item. For the communications and petition, we have 3 items. For the proposed ordinance, we have 1 item. We have 3 items for the proposed resolution. For the committee reports, we have 7 items. For the calendar of business, we don't have any unfinished business. We have 1 business for the day, no unassigned business. Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of today's agenda as amended?
Any second? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The amended agenda for today's session is now approved.
As mentioned, we don't have any privileged speech nor question hour. We now go to the committee reports. The first item in the committee report is the joint committee report of the Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources and the Committee on Rules, Laws and Ordinances, and may ask that we recognize the Vice Chairperson of the committee for its committee report.
Requesting the Honorable Vice Chair of the Committee on Agriculture to kindly render the committee report on behalf of the joint committees.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Rejano.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Committee Report number 487-2024. Joint Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources and Committee on Rules, Laws and Ordinances. Subject: Proposed Ordinance number 16-76 entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Gulayan sa Puso ng Pilipinas G2P Peace Program in the Province of Marinduque, providing funds and guidelines and the implementation thereof. The subject proposed ordinance was introduced by Honorable Aurelio J. Leva during the 95th regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan held on August 2, 2024, wherein it was approved on the first reading and was referred to the Joint Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources and Committee on Rules, Laws and Ordinances. Acting on the said referral, a joint committee hearing was held on October 3, 2024, the result of which is hereby being present in this honorable body for consideration and appropriate legislative action. Present during the hearing are the following: committee members, yours truly, Honorable Aurelio Leva III, Honorable Jose Nerel Mangol, Honorable Bertinos Valencia, and the resource persons, Dr. Lynn Mendoza, DepEd, Mr. Adelberto de Luna Pagreyo, Mr. Felix Echeverria Jr. de Pagreyo, and Mr. John Eric Matining, DILG, Miss Marisol E. Lawarca, the Planning Officer. Findings: the primary purpose and objectives of the proposed ordinance is to establish a gulayan sa paaralan at pamayanan program that will ensure food security and improve the nutritional status of children, young adults, and all Marinduqueños. The DepEd is already implementing the gulayan and sa paaralan. In most of their schools, however, they notice that some of the vegetables produced are properly nourished, which may need to be fertilization. According to the school division superintendent, the DepEd previously provided funds for the said program. However, it was halted, believing that the program could already be sustained by the respective schools. Number 3, the provincial agriculturist recommended producing organic fertilizers which can be produced in the community or school. They are already providing hybrid seeds which were included in their budget, while some are provided by the Department of Agriculture. He recommends teaching the school and communities to produce their seedlings and organic fertilizers as one of the long-term solution and to make the program sustainable. He also suggested that the produced vegetables and fruits should be included in the school community feeding program. Number 4, the DILG is implementing the halina't magtanim ng prutas at gulay sa barangay Hapag. Program pursuant to DILG Memorandum Circular Number 2023-01. Part of the said program is the monitoring of community garden and the barangays and the recognition of the top-performing barangays wherein a certificate of commendation is being presented. The DILG is recommending giving incentives to the top-performing barangays, if not financial, at least gardening tools and equipment. Number 5, there is a provision in Section 5 of the ordinance which grants award and recognition to the best implementation under the following categories. Gulayan sa mga mababang publikong paaralan, gulayan sa mga mataas na publikong paaralan, gulayan sa pribadong paaralan, gulayan sa tersyarong paaralan, gulayan sa mga tahanan ng mamamayan, gulayan sa mga tahanan ng kawani ng pamahalaan, gulayan sa purok, gulayan sa barangay, gulayan sa puok simbahan. Number 6, the provincial budget officer recommended that all expenses relative to the implementation of the ordinance be charged to the annual appropriation of 1 million pesos as provided under Section 13 of the ordinance, and which shall be under the Provincial Agriculture's Office. Recommendation that the DILG should be included in the composition of the MG2 Peace Council, that the awards criteria by pattern from that of the DILG, that the annual appropriation of 1 million pesos for the implementation of the ordinance be allocated under the Provincial Agriculture's Office. Final recommendation that the proposed ordinance number 16-76 entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Gulayan sa Puso ng Pilipinas G2 Peace Program in the province of Marinduque, providing funds and guidelines in the implementation thereof, be approved for the second reading. Respectfully submitted, Adeline M. Angeles, Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources; Aurelio Leva III, Chairperson, Committee on Rules, Laws and Ordinances, Member, Committee on Agriculture. Subconcord by Mercedes Arellano, Vice Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, Mark Julius Caballes, Vice Chairperson on Rules and Ordinances, Ismael D.P. Lim, Members Committee on Agriculture, Carlos F. De Peralta, Member Committee on Agriculture, Bernardine Opis Mercado, Member Committee on Rules and Ordinances, and Jose Nerel Mangol, Member Committee on Rules and Ordinances. I move for the adoption of this committee report.
Any clarificatory question from the non-members of the reporting committees? Hearing none, there is a pending motion from the reporting chair, a vice chair. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The joint committee report rendered by Honorable Mercedes Rejano on behalf of the joint committees is now adopted. And the recommendation is to approve it for second reading. What is the recommendation of the committee with regard to the schedule of the final deliberation on this?
Mr. President.
Next session na?
I move that this approved committee report will be scheduled for the second reading on the next session.
Thank you, Honorable Rejano. The Secretariat will kindly take note of that, the Chair of the Committee on Rules. Thank you, Honorable Rejano.
Thank you po.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask again to recognize the Vice Chairperson of the Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources for the Committee Report number 488-2024 of the Joint Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, Committee on Rules, Laws and Ordinances, and the Committee on Youth and Sports.
Again, our ever-dependable Vice Chair of the Committee on Agri. Honorable Rejano.
Thank you po, Madam Presiding Officer.
Hot lady from Santa Cruz.
And I am very lucky to deliver this committee report. The joint committee report number 488-2024, Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, Committee on Rules, Laws and Ordinances, and Committee on Youth and Sport. Subject: Proposed Ordinance Number 16-80 entitled An Ordinance Mandating the Participation of the Sangguniang Kabataan (SK) and the Implementation of the ILG Memorandum Circular Number 23-01 on the halina't magtanim ng prutas at gulay sa barangay Hapag Project, providing guidelines thereof and for other related purposes. On August 30, 2024, during the 98th regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, a proposed ordinance number 16-80 authored by Honorable Bertinus Valencia was approved on the first reading and was referred to the Joint Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, Committee on Rules, Laws and Ordinances, and Committee on Youth and Sports. A joint committee hearing was held on October 3, 2024, the result of which is hereby being presented to this honorable body for consideration and appropriate legislative action. Present during the hearing are the following: committee members Mercedes Arellano, Honorable Aurelio Leva III, Honorable Nerel Mangol, Honorable Bertinus Valencia. Resource person, Ms. Miriam Sadiwa, PBO, Mr. Edgardo de Luna, Pagrio, Mr. Felix Chaberia Jr., Pagrio, Mr. John Eric Matining, DILG, Honorable Ken Harold A. Grabe, PPSK Binavista, Honorable John Mark M. Hayag, PPSK Boac, Honorable Mark Jan M. Soleta, PPSK Gasan. Findings. The DILG issued Memorandum Circular number 2023-01 relative to the implementation of halina't magtanim ng prutas at gulay sa barangay projects which aims to promote urban agriculture and encourage committees to plant fruits and vegetables. Number 2, the intention of the ordinance is to encourage SKs to participate in the community gardens of their respective barangays. However, the author clarified that it would be a separate garden to be managed by the SKs. Number 3, the provincial budget officer clarified that the ordinance cannot be implemented immediately, considering the need for its inclusion in the annual investment program. However, it can be implemented in CY 2025 provided that it is included in the supplemental AIP and funded through a supplemental budget. Number 4, the provincial agriculturist suggested giving incentive to the SKs who will introduce innovative gardening practices such as soil-less gardening, automated system of gardening, containers gardening, vertical gardening, square foot gardening, aquaponics, and aeroponics, among others. The SK supported the intention of the ordinance and also suggested tapping assistance from TESDA and the conduct of training and on organic farming. Recommendation 1. Section 5 be amended to read as Section 5, Support and Incentives. The provincial government of Marinduque, through the Provincial Agriculture's Office, shall provide the necessary support to the SK and the forms of letter A, technical assistance, provision of training and technical support in community gardening, urban agriculture, and project management. Letter B, material support, allocation of resources such as seeds, tools, and equipment for the establishment of community gardens. Letter C, incentives, recognitions, and incentives for the SKs who introduce innovative practices in the community gardening. Number 2, Section 6 be amended by deleting the sentence if necessary. The provincial government of Marinduque shall provide financial assistance to the SKs /SB. The effectivity of the ordinance shall be on CY 2025 provided that it will be included in the province AIP through the supplemental AIP and the necessary funds for its implementation are provided through a supplemental budget. Final recommendation that the proposed ordinance number 16-80 entitled An Ordinance Mandating the Participation of the Sangguniang Kabataan SK and the Implementation of the ILG Memorandum Circular number 2023-01 on the halina't magtanim ng prutas at gulayan sa barangay, hapag project, providing guidelines thereof, and for other related purposes, be approved for the second reading. Respectfully submitted, Honorable Adeline Angeles, Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, Aurelio Leva III, Chairperson, Committee on Rules, Laws and Ordinances, Member, Committee on Agriculture, Bertinos A. Valencia, Chairperson, Committee on Youth and Sport. Concurred by Mercedes Arrijano, Vice Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, Mark Julius Caballes, Vice Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances, Vice Chair, Committee on Youth and Sports. Ismael D. Pilim, Member, Committee on Agriculture. Bernardine E. Mercado, Member, Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances. Member, Committee on Youth and Sport. Carlos F. D. Peralta, Member, Committee on Agriculture. Member, Committee on Youth and Sports. Jose Nerel Mangol, Member, Committee on Rules and Laws and Ordinances. So, Ma'am Presiding Officer, I move this committee report will be adopted and the committee report.
Adoption.
Thank you po.
Again, thank you, Honorable Rihano, for rendering the report on behalf of the joint committees. Any clarification from the floor? Hearing none, there is a pending motion from the reporting committee chair for its adoption. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion of the reporting committee chair is now approved and the committee report as rendered is now adopted.
And also, Mr. Floor Leader,
That the next, the consideration for second reading be done on the next session day.
Okay, that is already inclusive of the amendments by the committees.
Yes.
So again,
I move that the committee report will be scheduled for the second
the proposed ordinance.
The proposed ordinance were recommended to be agenda for the next session. Thank you, Madam Presiding
Okay,
Officer.
thank you, Honorable Rihano. The Secretariat and the Chair of the Committee on Rules will kindly take note of the requested schedule for second reading of this proposed ordinance. Thank you, Honorable Rihano.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the Chairperson of the Committee on Appropriation for the Committee Report number 489-2024 of the Committee of the Whole, led by the Committee on Appropriation.
Honorable Ismael Lim is recognized.
Madam Chair, Mr. Floor Leader, my colleagues, good afternoon. I present herewith Committee Report number 489-2024 of the Committee of the Whole, led by the Committee on Appropriations. The subject is resolution number 223-2024 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Mogpog, entitled a resolution respectfully requesting the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for reconsideration of supplemental budget number 06-2023 of the municipality of Mogpog to address the inoperability and ensure its operative status. Committee report number 2024-09-25-243 of the SB Committee and Bank, dated September 25, 2024, regarding the status of supplemental budget number 06-2023 is also integrated. In attendance were all of the members of the 16th Sangguniang, except Honorable Encabo, including the Vice Governor, and the resource persons were Honorable Vice Mayor Jonathan M. Garcia, Honorable SB Member Rosel Ola, Honorable SB Member Belen Luisaga, Honorable SB Member Robert N. Narito, Honorable SB Member Baldomero Limpiada, Ms. Bernadette Quinto, Ms. Carla Patricia Mabute, Ms. Marie Ann Pastoral, and Ms. Miriam Sadiwa. Since the specifics, Madam Chair, were not in the transmittals, were not included in the documents, I will have them read. The findings are as follows. 1. The Sangguniang Panlalawigan SP on September 27, 2024 was in receipt of resolution number 223-2024 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Mogpog, entitled a resolution respectfully requesting the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for reconsideration of supplemental budget number 06-2023 of the municipality of Mogpog to address inoperability and ensure its operative status, vis-a-vis Committee Report number 2024-09-25-243. The SB Committee and Bank dated September 25-2024 regarding the status of supplemental budget number 06-2023, which was duly declared by the SP to be inoperative in its entirety by virtue of SP Resolution number 1352, Series of 2024, dated May 10, 2024, due to errors in the presentation of the source of funds and appropriations. According to the Vice Mayor Garcia, A. The reasons why the Sangguniang Bayan of Mogpog wasn't able to comply with the 90-day review period provided for in RA 7160 to address the issue and rectify the said supplemental budget were: 1. Municipal Budget Officer failed to update the Sangguniang Bayan to make the necessary adjustments, resulting in the inability to rectify the resolution without the proper endorsement from the local Chief Executive LCE. 2. The SB received the second endorsement from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan on March 15, 2024 regarding some discrepancies to be corrected in the supplemental budget number 06-2023. This said endorsement was referred to the committee on March 2024, however, wasn't able to convene. 3. During March 27, 2024 regular session of the SB, they invited as resource speaker the Municipal Budget Officer, Ms. Quinto, to clarify the issue on the said supplemental budget. Number 4, it was also discussed that in the precedent sessions within the 90-day grace period, particularly on April 9, 2024, the SB shall have a meeting with the municipal mayor and the members of the local finance committee to address the issue of the said supplemental budget. Number 5, a series of meetings were conducted by the SB, particularly the Committee on Appropriations, to clarify the issue and requested the MBO to submit to the SB necessary documents so that the said error in the supplemental budget could be rectified through the adoption of a resolution or enactment of a new appropriation ordinance for review of the SP. 6. Unfortunately, April 19, 2024 was a holiday and the SB wasn't able to hold session until April 30, 2024. However, necessary documents were still not submitted by the MBO until May 8, 2024. Number 7, the MBO communicated with the SB telling them that she's still coordinating with the PBO in securing all the requirements set forth by the SP. And on number 8, on May 10, 2024, the SB received SP Resolution number 1352, Series of 2024, declaring supplemental budget number 06-2023 as inoperative in its entirety. And finally, B, this resolution for reconsideration was only adopted on September 25, 2024 and received by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan only on September 27, 2024 because the Sangguniang Bayan was not satisfied with the explanation given by their local finance committee, LFC, during the series of meetings conducted and the late submission of the SB, the documents necessary for the request for reconsideration. Hence, it was returned to them, the local finance committee, to ascertain and explain in particular why supplemental budget number 6 had an error leading to its declaration and inoperability. 3. SB Resolution number 2023 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Mogpog requesting the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for reconsideration of supplemental budget number 06-2023 to address inoperability and ensure its operative status was duly approved by the municipal mayor. More details, Madam Chair, relative to the subject were in the committee report number 2024-09-25-243, which was submitted herewith and which was submitted and integrated, submitted by the Sangguniang Bayan of Mogpog and integrated in this particular committee report. And the recommendation is that, Madam Chair, is that based on the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends for the adoption of a resolution granting favorably the request of the Sangguniang Bayan of Mogpog for the consideration of declaration of the inoperability of supplemental budget number 06-2023 of the Municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque, as contained in SP Resolution number 1352, series of 2024, dated May 10, 2024, to ensure its operative status. Respectfully submitted, Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor, Chairperson Committee of the Whole, concurred by Mark Julius P. Cavalles, SP Member, Melgabal R. Incabo, SP Member, Mercedes Rejano, SP Member, Danilo R. Red, SP Member, Ismael D. P. Lim, myself, SP Member, Aurelio Leva III, SP Member, Antonio L. Mangkukang III, SP Member, Bernardine Office Mercado, SP Member, Jose Neril Manggol, SP Member, Carlos De Peralta, SP Member, and Bertinos A. Valencia, SP Member. Madam Chair, the committee report number 489-2024 of the Committee of the Whole with the Committee on Appropriations as the lead committee, I hereby submit.
Thank you, Honorable Ismael Lim. Any clarificatory? First, Honorable De Peralta, to be followed by the floor leader.
Presiding officer, just wanted to know whether the mayor of Mogpog has signed and endorsed it. His signature was agreed upon that since siya naman yung padre pamilya doon, he should lead it. I want to be sure if the mayor has signed such endorsement.
May we seek clarification from the secretary if there's substantial compliance, or maybe hear from the reporting committee chair if there's substantial compliance on the Kulatilia.
Madam Chair, perhaps the Secretary could clarify us on the matter.
Yes, Sir James.
Yesterday, we have received a corrected resolution with the approval and signature of the Municipal Mayor Augusto Leo M. Libelo.
Can I see the resolution?
Any comment from Honorable De Peralta?
I think this will suffice. I just wanted to be sure the signature of the mayor shall be here.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's already here.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable De Peralta, and for the clarification. So there's compliance already. Yes. Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, I put annotation on the above my signature with reservation on the title because I have a second thought that to give emphasis on the operative status of the supplemental budget number 6/2023, I suggest that the title be changed from the title on the recommendation to the following: a resolution declaring supplemental budget number 06/2023 of the Municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as valid and operative, repealing for this purpose resolution number so and so of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Marinduque. I submit, Madam Presiding Officer.
Yes, Honorable Lim. Any comment to the recommendation by the floor leader?
I concur, Madam Chair, with the proposal of the
So
floor
the title will be amended as proposed by the floor leader. Thank you, Honorable Lim. I just the presiding officer, if with due respect to the committee, is it? I was looking for a portion wherein it mentions that they submitted a corrected version as an attachment to the to the request for reconsideration. Tama ba, Sir
It
James?
is, Madam Chair,
I stand corrected, and I am withdrawing the comment, and let it be
We can.
reconsider also on the record.
it is
Thank you.
it is in the attached committee report, Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Lim. So there is a pending motion.
So, Madam Chair, again, I repeat, Madam Chair, the committee report number 489-2024 of the committee of the whole, led by the Committee on Appropriations, I move for its adoption, Madam Chair.
Any objection to the adoption of the committee report
As
with
amended.
amendment? As
As
amended,
amended.
particularly on the title.
As amended.
The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The report, the amended report, is now adopted.
Moving further, Madam Chair, that the corresponding proposed resolutions be included in the corresponding proposed resolution be included in the business of the day, Madam Chair. I so move.
And likewise, the proposed resolution as a result of the adopted committee report will be considered in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Lim.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask to recognize again the chairperson of the Committee on Appropriation for its committee report number 490-2024.
Honorable Lim, the chair of the Committee on Appropriation, is again recognized.
Again, thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I present here with committee report number 490-2024 of the Committee on Appropriations with subject various items referred to the committee. In attendance were members of the committee, myself, Honorable Danilo R. Red, Honorable Bertinos A. Valencia. The research persons were Ms. Miriam Sadiwa, Ms. Marian Cunanan, and Mr. Juan R. Fernandez. The request of Mr. Juan R. Fernandez for supplemental appropriations was withdrawn, and while on other subjects, the committee recommends the adoption of the following resolutions. Number 1, resolution appropriating the amount of 20,900,000 for various accounts under the Provincial Governor's Office, PGO, subject to availability of funds, to wit: A. Traveling expenses, 1 million pesos; B. Representation expenses, 2.5 million; C. Other supplies and materials expenses, 2 million; other professional services, 1.5 million; donations, 2,500,000; other supplies expenses, 2 million; training expenses, 3 million; repair transportation equipment for 400,000; other general services, 3 million; consultancy services, 3 million. 2, resolution appropriating the amount of 150,000 pesos intended for the training expenses account under the Provincial Planning and Development Office, PPDO, subject to availability of funds. And 3, resolution appropriating the amount of 300,000 intended for the food supplies expenses for use of Santa Cruz District Hospital, SCDH. On the request for the adoption of a resolution for reactivation of dormant account, the committee hereby recommends the adoption of a resolution reactivating the dormant account Special Fund COVID donation number 1152-1132-90 for the Provincial Government of Marinduque, PGM, under the Land Bank of the Philippines, Boac branch. On the PDC resolutions for consideration of the board, the committee hereby recommends the following adoption of the following resolutions. Number 1, resolution approving the reprogramming of priority development projects fund out of the 20% development fund in the amount of 64,068,084 pesos and 68 centavos as approved and endorsed by the Provincial Development Council through PDC resolution number 68-2024. And 3, resolution approving the calendar year 2024 supplemental annual investment program, AIP, of the province of Marinduque as approved and endorsed by the Provincial Development Council through PDC resolution number 69-2024 as amended, to include the following: A, 150 million to be placed as treasury bills with the Development Bank of the Philippines as approved by virtue of SP Resolution number 1527, Series of 2024. The B, 3.9 million for electricity expense and 200,000 for office supplies expense as approved by virtue of Resolution number 1544, Series of 2024. Providing for additional appropriation in the total amount of 7 million of the Office of the Vice Governor and the Sangguniang Panlalawigan Legislative, and providing appropriation in the amount of 2 million pesos for the improvement of covered court Masiga, Gasan, Marinduque. On the review and appropriations of ordinances from component municipalities, with no adverse findings and with favorable recommendation from the Provincial Budget Office, the committee hereby recommends for the adoption of the following resolutions. Number 1, resolution declaring appropriation ordinance number 23, series of 2024, authorizing the calendar year 2024 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 3 of the Municipality of Gasan, Marinduque as operative, subject to conditions, comments, and findings of the Provincial Budget Officer. Number 2, resolution declaring appropriation ordinance number 2, series of 2024, authorizing the calendar year 2024 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 1 of the Municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as operative, subject to the conditions, comments, and findings of the Provincial Budget Officer. 3, resolution declaring appropriation ordinance number 3, series of 2024, authorizing the calendar year 2024 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 2 of the Municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as operative, subject to conditions, comments, and findings of the Provincial Budget Officer. And finally, number 4, declaring appropriation ordinance number 4, series of 2024, authorizing the calendar year 2024 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 3 of the Municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as operative, subject to the conditions, comments, and findings of the Provincial Budget Officer. Respectfully submitted, yours truly, Chairperson, Ismael D. Pilim, concurred by Mark Julius P. Caballes, Vice Chairperson, Danilo R. Red, Member, Jose Neril L. Manggol, Member, Bertinos A. Valencia, Member, and Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor ex officio member. Madam Chair, the committee report number 490-2024 of the Committee on Appropriations, I hereby submit for adoption.
Any clarificatory question from the floor? May the presiding officer inquire with regard to the 7 million request for the OVG SP and OVG SP and the Secretariat ba kasama? The presiding officer just observed that it is provided in the request for supplemental AIP, but there is no recommendation yet with regard to the resolution for supplemental appropriation.
Yes, Madam Chair. We can include that in the succeeding budget hearings, Madam Chair, by the committee.
Okay, so there will
what matters
be...
is that it be included in the AIP. For now.
Okay, so ayaw po ninyong pagsabayin na so para makahabol tayo sa susunod sa possible supplemental budget.
Yes, Madam Chair. I submit, Madam Chair.
Because the mere fact that the committee already recognized the inclusion in the supplemental AIP, the intention really is to have a supplemental appropriation. But of course, it is up to the body to decide. If there is a possibility that we include also in the recommendation already, so that when we approve the supplemental AIP, we also approve the supplemental appropriation for inclusion in the supplemental budget that is being prepared.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay, so the reporting committee chair, with due indulgence to the chairperson, to the members of the concerned committee, is amenable to the inclusion of another proposed resolution.
Yes, Madam Chair.
The supplemental appropriation.
I hardly think that any member would object to.
Thank you so much, Honorable Lim. So there is a pending motion for the adoption of the report with amendment. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Committee report number 490-2024 as amended is now adopted.
And moving further, Madam Chair, that the corresponding proposed resolutions be included in the business of the day. Madam Chair, I so move.
Thank you, Honorable Lim, and likewise, all the proposed resolutions emanating from the adopted committee report will be considered in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Lim.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Presiding Officer, if I may.
Yes, Honorable Leva.
May I ask that we recognize again the chairperson of the Committee on Local Economic Enterprise, Public Partnership, and Investment Promotion for Committee Report number 491-2024.
Again, Honorable Ismael Lim is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, my colleagues. Madam Chair, I present herewith Committee Report number 491-2024 of the Committee on Local Economic Enterprises, Public Partnership, and Investment Promotion with subject number 1, proposed ordinance number 16-05 entitled an ordinance enacting the Marinduque Investment and Incentive Code, MIIC, repealing for the purpose provincial ordinance number 30, series of 2011 for the Marinduque Development and Investment Code of 2001. Number 2, proposed ordinance number 16-30 entitled an ordinance establishing a provincial enactment of skills benefiting the Youth Presby Training Center, Training and Assessment Center as an institution offering technical, vocational, education and training TVET program in the province of Marinduque, providing funds thereof and for other related purposes. On the proposed ordinance number 16-05 Marinduque Investment and Incentive Code, the recommendation is that the committee hereby recommends for the approval on second reading the proposed ordinance number 16-05 entitled an ordinance enacting the Marinduque Investment and Incentive Code, MIIC, for of 2024, repealing for the purpose provincial ordinance number 30 series of 2011 or the Marinduque Development and Investment Code of 2001. On the proposed ordinance number 16-30 Presby Training and Assessment Center, the recommendation is that the committee hereby recommends for the approval on second reading the proposed ordinance number 16-30 entitled an ordinance establishing a provincial enhancement of skills benefiting the Youth Presby Training and Assessment Center as an institution offering technical, vocational, educational, and training TVET program in the province of Marinduque, providing funds thereof and for other related purposes. Respectfully submitted, yours truly, Ismael D.P. Lim, Chairperson, Aurelio J. Leva III, Vice Chairperson, Danilo R. Red, Member, Bernardine Opis Mercado, Member, Jose Neril El Mangol, Member. Madam Chair, the committee report number 491-2024 of the Committee on Local Economic Enterprises, Public Partnership, and Investment Promotion, I hereby submit for adoption.
Okay, any clarificatory questions from the floor? Hearing none, again, what is the pleasure of the reporting committee chair?
I move, Madam Chair, that the committee report number 491-2024 be adopted.
Any objection? The chair hears none. The committee report number 491-2024 as rendered by reporting committee chair, Honorable Ismael Lim, is now adopted.
Moving further, that Madam Chair, that the proposed ordinance, an ordinance enacting the Marinduque Investment and Incentive Code, MIIC, of 2024, repealing for the purpose provincial ordinance number 30 series of 2011 of the Marinduque Development and Investment Code of 2001, and the proposed ordinance, an ordinance establishing a provincial enhancement of skills benefiting the Youth Presby Training Center and Assessment Center as an institution offering technical, vocational education as training TVET program in the province of Marinduque, providing funds therefore and for other related purposes be included in the business of the day for second reading, Madam Chair.
This will include deliberation. What is the recommendation of the reporting committee chair with regard to the schedule? Is this in today's session or in the next subsequent sessions?
Madam Chair, I believe nothing much is contestable on. It is not subject for contestation, or there's nothing controversial about this proposed ordinance. So, with the indulgence of the body, Madam Chair, let us have it tackled today.
Noting the manifestation of the reporting committee chair, may we hear the comment of the chair of the Committee on Rules?
Madam Presiding Officer, we don't have the copy of the proposed ordinance attached to the report in the computer, so we cannot discuss it. Huh? I stand corrected, Madam Presiding Officer. It is included here.
Okay, so noting the manifestation that it will not require a long deliberation, this item, so it's okay to the rules?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay, as recommended by the reporting committee chair, the proposed ordinances will be considered in the business for today, in today's session for deliberation. Thank you, Honorable Lim.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Presiding Officer, may this representation be recognized for the committee report number 492-2024 of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances.
Proceed, Honorable Leva.
Committee report number 492-2024 of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances on various items referred to the committee. The committee to which was referred various referral is now ready to submit its recommendations to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan and Bank that were adduced from the meeting conducted on October 10, 2024 for its consideration and legislative action. There were 4 items that were referred to the committee and could be summarized into 3 municipal ordinances for review of the board and 1 proposed resolution. Therefore, to facilitate the rendition of the report, recommendations will be rendered as categorized above. A. Municipal ordinances for review of the board. Number 1, Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-378 of the Municipality of Boac. Municipal Ordinance Number 300 Series of 2024 of the Municipality of Buena Vista. Municipal Ordinance Number 301 Series of 2024 of the Municipality of Buena Vista. Since no members of the committee pose any objection for the declaration of the above-mentioned municipal ordinances as being valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact, the committee hereby recommends for the adoption of the following resolution. Resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 2024-378 of the Municipality of Boac entitled An Ordinance Renaming Puktoy Elementary School to Celso M. Mataak Senior Elementary School, formerly Puktoy Elementary School, located at Barangay Puktoy, Municipality of Boac, Province of Marinduque, as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Since it is in accord with the requirements set forth in Section 13 of RA 7160 or the Local Government Code of 1991 and its IRR for the naming of local government units in public places, streets, and structures. Number 2, resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 300 series of 2024 of the Municipality of Buena Vista entitled An Ordinance Providing for the Creation of the Position of Engineer 1 at the Municipality of Buena Vista, appropriating funds thereof and for other related purposes as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Number 3, resolutions declaring municipal ordinance number 301 series of 2024 of the Municipality of Buena Vista entitled An Ordinance Granting Additional Benefits and Incentives to all barangay tanod of the 15 barangays in the Municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque, and appropriating funds thereof as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Letter B, proposed resolution number 824 series of 2024 entitled A Resolution Declaring All Communications, Messages and Information emanating from the official group chat of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan as confidential and privileged, therefore considered executive in nature, providing sanctions for violation thereof and for other related purposes. The committee hereby recommends that the proposed resolution number 824-2024 be approved with amendment as contained in the ADAT's draft. Madam Presiding Officer, for the information of the body, the committee amended the title of the resolution to read as follows: Resolution creating an official group chat of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan and declaring all communications, messages, and information emanating therefrom as confidential and privileged, therefore considered executive in nature, and providing sanctions for violation thereof and for other related purposes. Respectfully submitted, yours truly, as the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules, Honorable Caballes, Manggol, Office Mercado, Valencia, concurred by the Honorable Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor and ex-officio member. Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of Committee Report number 492 series of 2024. I so move.
Any objection to the motion of the reporting committee chair, chair of the Committee on Rules, Honorable Leva? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Committee report number 492-2024 is now adopted.
And that the accompanying resolutions be transferred to the business for the portion of today's session.
The accompanying resolutions as resulting from the adopted report will be transferred to business for the day in today's session. Thank you, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, by this representation be recognized again for the joint committee report of the Committee on Health and Nutrition and the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances.
Proceed, Honorable Leva.
This is with regards to the request of the Governor to sign and to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health Regional Office, Mimaropa, regarding the transfer of possession of 1 unit ultra-low volume machine with backpack to be used in misting for the targeted indoor and outdoor residual spraying. For the findings, the MOA aims to grant acceptance of 1 unit of ultra-low volume machine with backpack that can be used for misting or cold fogging and as a sprayer for targeted indoor and outdoor residual spraying in accordance with the Department of Health Memorandum Number 2022-0225, known as Guidelines on Dengue Outbreak Preparedness and Response, and to provide assistance and monitor the ongoing clustering of cases while ensuring the supply of additional dengue commodities to health. Number 2, the Provincial Legal Office, on his legal review dated August 20, 2024, finds no legally objectable provision in the endorsed draft of the proposed MOA, provided that the Provincial Health Office, the Provincial General Services Office, in coordination with other relevant offices, be appraised of the obligations of the provincial government under the MOA to ensure compliance therewith. Recommendation: based on the foregoing, the Joint Committee hereby recommends for the adoption of a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Presbyterio J. Velasco Jr. to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health Regional Office, Mimaropa, regarding the transfer of possession of 1 unit ultra-low volume machine with backpack to be used in misting for the targeted indoor and outdoor residual spraying. Respectfully submitted, yours truly as the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules, and Mercedes Arejano as Acting Chairperson of the Committee on Health, concurred by the Honorables Caballes de Peralta, Office Mercado, Mangkukang, Manggol, Valencia, concurred by Honorable Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor and ex-officio member. Madam Presiding Officer, I move for the adoption of Committee Report number 493-2024. I so move.
Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Committee report number 493-2024, as rendered by the reporting committee chair, is now adopted.
And that the accompanying resolutions be transferred to the business for the portion of today's session, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Leva. The recommendation is approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Education for its committee report.
Honorable Danilo Red is recognized.
Madam Chair, I move for the omnibus motion, Madam Chair. A resolution recognizing and commending Kim Jos D. Milambiling, Ayana May S. Sorosa, Kinan Carlo Peñaredonda for being champion in the electronic quiz showdown Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippine Regional Student Summit at the Divine Word College of Calapan, Calapan City on October 4, 2024. Number 2, resolution recognizing and commending Kim Jos D. Milambiling, Ayana May S. Sorosa, Kinan Carlo Peñaredonda, Paul Adrian R. Del Rosario, Mia Patricia L. Manrique, and Erica Z. Chavez for being first runner-up in the Interscholastic Quiz Show Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines at Divine Word College of Calapan City on October 4, 2024. And last, number 3, resolution recognizing and commending Nas Ezekiel Malimata, Montebrex Barbero, and Russell James de Leola for being second runner-up in the Math Olympiad Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines at Divine Word College of Calapan City on October 4, 2024. I move for the adoption of this committee report, Madam Chair.
Okay, there is the committee report favorably endorsing the approval of the 3 resolutions mentioned by the reporting committee chair. Any objection to the adoption of the committee report? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The committee report favorably endorsing the 3 resolutions is now adopted.
Madam Chair, and accompanying resolution be transferred to the business of the day.
And likewise, the 3 resolutions resulting from the adopted report will be considered in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Red.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
We don't have any unfinished business for the day. May I ask that you recognize the Vice Chairperson, the acting Chairperson of the Committee on Health for the passage of a resolution.
Again, Honorable Rehano is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Since our provincial legal office finds no legally objectionable provision regarding this resolution authorizing the governor, Presbytero G. Velasco Jr. to sign and enter into a memorandum of agreement, MOA, with the Department of Health, Center for Health Development, DOHCHD, regarding the implementation of the Integral Hospital Operations Management Information System, IHOMIS Plus, in the Marinduque Provincial Hospital. I move for the approval of that said resolution. I so move.
Before the action on the motion, are there other discussion with regard to this resolution from the members of this august body? Hearing none, there is a pending motion. Any second to the motion of Honorable Rehano, duly seconded by Honorable Valencia, Honorable De Peralta, Honorable Leva. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Presbytero Velasco Jr. to sign and enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health for the health development regarding the implementation of the Integrated Hospital Operations and Management Information System, or IHOMIS, in the Marinduque Provincial Hospital is now approved.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Honorable Rehano.
We now go to the Chairperson of the Committee on Appropriation for the approval of a resolution.
Again, Honorable Ismael Lim is recognized.
This has something to do with the municipality of Mogpog.
489. Madam Chair, Majority Floor Leader, my colleagues, good afternoon once again. Madam Chair, as an offshoot of the committee report number 489-2024 of the Committee of the Whole, led by the Committee on Appropriations, I move that we pass a resolution declaring SB Supplemental Budget number 6 of the Municipality of Mogpog as valid and operative, repealing for the purpose SP Resolution number 1352 series of 2024. Madam Chair, I so move.
Any second to the motion?
Second.
Duly seconded by Honorable Leva, Honorable Mercedes Rehano. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The resolution declaring supplemental budget number 6-2023 of the Municipality of Mogpog as operative and repealing for its purpose SP Resolution number 1352 series of 2024 is now approved. Thank you,
Madam
Honorable
Chair.
Lim.
The next item is the accompanying resolution of the committee report number 490-2024 of the Committee on Appropriation.
Again, Honorable Lim is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, as an offshoot of Committee Report number 490-2024 of the Committee on Appropriations, I move for an omnibus motion for the passage of the following proposed resolutions. Number 1, a resolution appropriating the amount of 20,900,000 for various accounts under the Provincial Governor's Office, PGO, subject to availability of funds to it. A, traveling expenses, 1 million. B, representation expenses, 2.5 million. Other supplies and materials expenses, 2 million. Other professional services, 1.5 million. Donations, 2,500,000. Office supplies expenses, 2 million. Training expenses, 3 million. Repair, transportation equipment, 400,000. Other general services, 3 million. Consultancy services, 3 million. 2, resolution appropriating the amount of 150,000 pesos intended for training expenses account under the provincial planning and development office PPDO, subject to availability of funds. Resolution appropriating the amount of 300,000 intended for food supplies expenses for the use of Santa Cruz District Hospital SCDH. A resolution reactivating the dormant account Special Fund COVID donation number 1152-1132-90 of the Provincial Government of Marinduque PGM under the Land Bank of the Philippines Boac branch. And the resolution approving the reprogramming of priority development projects funded out of the 20% Development Fund in the amount of 64,068,084 pesos and 68 centavos as approved and endorsed by the Provincial Development Council through PDC Resolution number 68-2024 and resolution appropriating the calendar year supplemental annual investment program of the province of Marinduque as approved and endorsed by the Provincial Development Council through PDC Resolution number 69-2024 as amended to include the following. A, the 150 million to be placed as treasury bills with the Development Bank of the Philippines as approved by virtue of SP Resolution number 1527 series of 2024. B, 3,900,000 for electricity expense and 200,000 for office supplies expense as approved by virtue of SP Resolution number 1544 series of 2024. C, providing the additional appropriation in the total amount of 7 million of the office of the Vice Governor and Sangguniang Panlalawigan Legislative. D, providing appropriation in the amount of 2 million for the improvement of covered court Masiga, Gasan, Marinduque. And a resolution appropriating the amount of 7 million for various accounts under the Office of the Vice Governor and Sangguniang Panlalawigan Legislative and Sangguniang Panlalawigan Secretariat. And for resolutions of component municipalities. Number 1, a resolution declaring appropriation ordinance number 23, series of 2024, authorizing calendar year 2024 general fund supplemental budget number 3 of the municipality of Gasan, Marinduque as operative, subject to the conditions, comments, and findings of the provincial budget officer. 2, resolution declaring appropriation ordinance number 2, series of 2024, authorizing calendar year 2024 general fund supplemental budget number 1 of the municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as operative, subject to the conditions, comments, and the findings of the provincial budget officer. 3, resolution declaring appropriation ordinance number 3, series of 2024, authorizing calendar year 2024 general fund supplemental budget number 2 of the municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as operative, subject to the conditions, comments, and findings of the provincial budget officer. And finally, 4, declaring appropriation ordinance number 4, series of 2024, authorizing the calendar year 2024 general fund supplemental budget number 3 of the municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as operative, subject to the conditions, comments, and findings of the provincial budget officer. Madam Chair, the said proposed resolutions, this humble representation moves for its approval, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Aldim. May the presiding officer just request that if it's okay, unahin po natin dun sa resolution number, yun hong approval ng supplemental AIP for 2024 so that the subsequent supplemental appropriation will have basis already.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you. Yung po bang mga supplemental appropriations will be embodied in just one resolution or they will be in separate resolutions?
Separate resolutions.
Separate resolutions. Okay, there is a pending motion from the chair of the Committee on Appropriation, the sponsoring chair, for the adoption of those resolutions he reiterated as provided in the adopted committee report 490-2024. Any objection? Any second to the motion? duly seconded by Honorable Bertinus, Honorable Boy de Peralta, Honorable Mercy Rejano, Honorable Lim, Honorable Danny Red, Honorable Manggol. Any objection? The chair hears none. The omnibus motion is now approved. The various resolutions included in the omnibus motions are now adopted.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Presiding Officer, may this representation be recognized?
Proceed, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, I move for an omnibus motion for the adoption of the following resolutions. Number 1, resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 2024-378 of the municipality of Boac entitled
Sorry po, yan po ay sa ano ngang committee report?
Committee Report of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances 492.
Okay. Proceed, yes, proceed, Honorable Leva.
Resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 2024-378 of the municipality of Boac entitled an ordinance renaming Puktoy Elementary School to Celso M. Mataac Senior Elementary School, formerly Puktoy Elementary School, located at Boac, Marinduque, Barangay Puktoy, Municipality of Boac, Province of Marinduque, as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Number 2, resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 300 series of 2024 of the municipality of Buena Vista entitled an ordinance providing for the creation of the position of Engineer 1 at the Municipal Engineering Office of the Local Government Unit of Buena Vista, Marinduque, appropriating funds thereof and for other related purposes as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Number 3, resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 301 series of 2024 of the municipality of Buena Vista entitled an ordinance granting additional benefits and incentives to all barangay tanod of the 15 barangays in the municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque, and appropriating funds thereof as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. I so move.
Is there any other discussion with regard to this? Hearing none, is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Manggol, Honorable Rejano, Honorable Red. Any objection? The chair hears none. The omnibus motion is now approved. Municipal Ordinance number 2024-378 of the Municipality of Boac, Municipal Ordinance number 300, Series of 2024, and Municipal Ordinance number 301, Series of 2024, both of the Municipality of Buena Vista, are now declared valid and operative and within the authority of those respective LGUs to enact respectively is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, I move for the adoption of a resolution entitled a resolution creating an official group chat of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan and declaring all communications, messages, and information emanating therefrom as confidential and privileged, therefore considered executive in nature, and providing sanctions for violation thereof and for other related purposes. As a matter of discussion, Madam Presiding Officer, may I bring your attention to Section 1, which states that the creation of a special group chat, there is hereby created an official group chat of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan to be named as 16th SP official, open and close parenthesis, new, with the following members: Honorable Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor; Honorable Mark Julius P. Caballes, SP Member; Honorable Mel Gabal R. Encabo, SP Member; Honorable Mercedes R. Rejano, SP Member; Honorable Darlino R. Red, SP Member; Honorable Ismael D. Pilim, SP Member; Honorable Aurelio J. Leva III, SP Member; Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, SP Member; Honorable Bernardine E. Opes Mercado, SP Member; Honorable Jose Nerel L. Manggol, SP Member, PCL President; Honorable Carlos F. D. Peralta, SP Member, LNB President. Honorable Bertinus A. Valencia, SP Member, PPSK President. Mr. James Solas, SP Secretary. Ms. Veronica L. Ramiro, Board Secretary for. Ms. Shilito Henrietta D. Nang, Supervising Administrative Officer. Ms. Angelica Barbarquez, Board Secretary for Records Officer. Mr. Juan Carlos M. Manay, Local Legislative Staff Officer for. Ms. Ivy Marciano, Executive Assistant to the Vice Governor. So, according to Section 2 thereof, all communication, messages, and information exchanged or shared within the official group chat of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan are hereby declared confidential and privileged. Such information shall be considered executive in nature and is not to be disclosed, disseminated to any person or entity outside of the authorized members of the group, except when expressly authorized by this body or the required by law. So that is the salient provision of the proposed resolution, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you for the clarification and additional information, Honorable Leva. So what is now the pleasure of the author?
I move for the approval of proposed resolution number 2024-824. I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Proposed resolution. Okay, may upon some inputs from the good secretary, may the presiding officer be informed as to whether this proposed resolution, once approved, will be considered part and parcel of our internal rules?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Will it be, will the proponent deem it important also to mention it in the resolution that it will be, may section 8 ba?
It is included already in section 8. As I stated, this is
Okay po. Okay. Okay, thank you. The presiding officer is clarified. So it's already in section 8. So there's a pending motion, duly Okay, taking into consideration that the nature of section 8, the intention will be in effect a supplementary provision, or it will form part of an additional provisions to the internal rules. There is an input from the secretary that it may require also a 2/3 vote, noting that the internal rules has been adopted by the body through a 2/3 vote. So there's a pending motion, duly seconded. May we have nominal voting on this? Sa bagay, no objection, no? There's no objection. So we will deem it
unanimous.
we will deem it as a unanimous approval. So thank you. With all the members of the board agreeing without objection for the approval of the resolution number 2024-824, the chair then declares resolution creating an official group chat of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan and declaring all communications, messages, and information emanating therefrom as confidential and privileged, therefore considered executive in nature, and providing sanctions for violations thereof and for other related purposes is hereby approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Presbyterio J. Velasco Jr. to sign and enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health Regional Office Mimaropa regarding the transfer of possession of 1 unit ultra low volume machine with backpack to be used in misting or cold packing for the targeted indoor and outdoor residual spraying. I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Encabo, Honorable Rihano. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution granting authority to Honorable Governor Presbitero J. Velasco Jr. to sign and enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health Regional Office, Mimaropa, for the transfer and possession of 1 unit ultra-low volume machine with backpack is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the Chairperson of the Committee on Education for the approval of a resolution.
Honorable Danny Red is recognized.
Madam Chair, I move for the omnibus motion of the following resolution. Madam Chair, resolution recognizing and commending Kim Jos D. Milambiling, Ayana May S. Sorosa, Kinan Carlo Piñaredonda for being champion in the electronic quiz showdown Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines Regional Student Summit at Divine Word College of Calapan, Calapan City on October 4, 2024. Number 2, resolution recognizing and commending Kim Jos D. Milambiling, Ayana May S. Sorosa, Kinan Carlo Piñaredonda, Paul Adrian R. Del Rosario, Mia Patricia L. Manrique, and Erica Z. Chavez for being first runner-up in the Interscholastic Quiz Show Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines at Divine Words College of Calapan, Calapan City on October 4, 2024. And last, number 3, resolution recognizing and commending Nas Ezekiel Malimata, Montebrix Barbero, and Russell James De Leola for being second runner-up in the Math Olympiad Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines at Divine Word College of Calapan, Calapan City on October 4, 2024. I'll move for the approval of this resolution, Madam Chair. I so move.
Honorable Red, any second to the omnibus motion of Honorable Red? Duly seconded by Honorable Encabo.
Madam Presiding Officer,
Yes, Honorable.
before its approval, may I
Eva.
know from what school are they came from?
Any response from the sponsoring chair?
Madam Chair, Marciu, Madam Chair.
Can we add that?
Mar SU.
Can we add that commending Kim Jos Milambiling, Ayan of Marinduque State University? Can we add the school at in the title?
All from
Yes.
Marinduque State University. Yeah,
Yes.
Is the sponsoring chair amenable to that po?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you. So there is a pending omnibus motion for the adoption of those 3 resolutions of recognition and appreciation as moved by the Chair of the Committee on Education. Any duly seconded? Or any second again? Duly seconded. Any objection? The Chair hears none. The omnibus motion is approved. The 3 resolutions as moved by the Chair are now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, as per consultation with the distinguished sponsor, the Honorable Ismael DPT, the 2 proposed ordinances will be withdrawn for next session. The discussion for second reading will be done next session, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you. There is a reconsideration as to the schedule of the proposed ordinances, 2 proposed ordinances for second reading. Thank you, Honorable Leva. Thank you, Honorable Lim.
We don't have any unassigned business. We don't have any proposed ordinance for third and final reading. Madam Presiding Officer,
Honorable
may I
Leva.
move for the passage of a resolution setting the date of the regular session of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan every Tuesday at 1 p.m.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection?
Beginning next week. Meron pa pong naka-schedule. Baka pwede pong beginning 22. May naka-schedule na po kaming committee meeting. 22.
17. The schedule will start on the 16th. The schedule is being planned to start on the 16th.
Can we reset the 18th session on in the morning so that we will have ample time to prepare for the ugnayan in the afternoon.
And the subsequent sessions after the 18th
18th will be every Tuesday.
will be every Tuesday. Is everybody amenable to that? Okay po. Siguro naman wala namang... What time po on the 18th na morning?
10 o'clock po. 10 o'clock as we have done before.
Okay.
Or 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
So,
Sa ano lang po yan sa Friday lang po yon.
okay po. So, can Honorable Leva again reiterate the proper motion?
Madam Presiding Officer, may move that we adopt a resolution setting the date of and time of our session every Tuesday at 1 p.m. beginning October 22, 2024. That is the first resolution.
Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution setting the date of the regular session of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan every Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon beginning October 21 is now approved.
22.
I stand corrected. Beginning October 22 is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for adoption of a resolution setting the time of the 103rd regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan on October 18, 9 a.m. I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Our 103rd regular session will be held on Friday, October 18 at 9 o'clock in the morning. It is now approved. Yes, Honorable Red.
Naka-freestyle na lang po tayo sa sesyon.
Po?
Freestyle na lang yung ating freestyle na lang. Casual dress na lang.
Okay. And there is is that a motion?
Yes, Madam Chair.
There is also a motion that in consideration of the other activities that coincides with the day of the session, the attire for Friday will be a casual attire. Any second? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Any other concern? Any other announcement? Hearing none, what is the pleasure of Honorable Valencia?
Madam Chair, I move for the adjournment of today's session, Madam Chair.
The session is adjourned and our next session will be on Friday at 9 o'clock in the morning.